So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But anyway, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I don't even know why I was wearing headphones. We were plugged in. But I just had a thought real quick, and I thought I'd share it. So I wanted to say, in life, you got to find a purpose. With no purpose, you're going to be susceptible to all ups and downs, mentally, financially, physically, emotionally, career-wise. See, the thing is, none of us know how long we're going to be here. Nobody. You can sit here and say, I'm going to plan to be here until I'm 45. You know, I'm going to get a house, this and this. And you don't know what can happen. I'm not saying be nihilistic, but I've known many of people to go way before they were supposed to. In fact, if you look at the statistics, especially us as black men in the United States, the average black man, I think, lives to about 60 to 65 to about 67, 68. Why? Because life is so rough. Let me tell you right now, and this is the reason why I tell people to do politics and psychology. You got to study those two. There's a statistic that says most likely when you pass, you're going to be either on your way to work, at work, or just leaving work. And people are going to be like, where else would you be? You're not going to be retired. I hope most of y'all know out there is no retirement. Social Security will be there, but it's not, the cost of living is too crazy. $700 a month? What are you going to retire at what? Unless you're making six figures at the age of 30, you won't be able to retire until 65. I know this guy who said his dad retired at 64, passed away at 67. That's life. That's the real reality of what's going on. You know what I mean? So if you're working somewhere, understand, and what's going to happen after you pass, and if you happens at work, hopefully it doesn't, that'd be the worst. The whole idea of you going to pass away with your whole family around you, only like 10%, not even that, like 7% of people where that happens. You're most likely going to be on your way leaving a Taco Bell drive-thru and your heart's just going to go, and you're going to be like, ugh. And the guy behind you is going to be like, me, what's going on? Then they'll call the cops. You're like, oh man, he's gone. And then doo-dooed yourself in the car. This is serious. I shouldn't be joking. But that's the reality of life. So, and the cost of living, this is more economics, has risen so high, right? Whether it's rent, owning your house, is harder and harder to own a home. So most people right now are just living to pay rent and a car note. Rent and a car note. Rent and a car note. So the thing is, where I said you need to find a purpose. Because when you have a purpose, you never think of retirement. Every day you doing what you love. Every single day you wake up, you do what you love. Win, lose, or draw. You will say, I'll work until I'm 110. I love what I do. Me personally, I don't. I'm trying to get to do what I love when I'm doing, but it's a lot harder than I thought. But once you figure out what it is you love to do, it never feels like work. So that's the reason why you got to find a purpose. But to find a purpose, because most people I've realized in life don't really have a dream. They don't. Most people just wake up, go to that one building, come home, watch a movie, go to sleep. And just like this. And you ask them, what are your interests? And they're like, You got to find your purpose. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I was dealing with a lot of anxiety myself, I realized it's because I wasn't living my purpose. Now that I'm on my path to purpose, I hop out the bed every day like, let's go. It's still stressful, don't get me wrong. But at least I know I'm going for what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting paid for it right now, but I do it easily. So what I would like to say to people, right? Because, you know, a lot of people walk around here with a mask on, like everything's great. But when you look at the statistics, depression, whatnot, people on psychotropic medication, psychological diagnosis, divorces, single people, loners, incels, whatever happened to the word incel? Remember that word was real famous? No one used incel anymore. I think when women started being incels too, that's when they were like, all right, let's leave it alone. But finding a purpose, finding your group, you know what I mean? Like you ever had, like, think about when you were a kid and you were having the most fun. It was like probably socially, you had like friends, it might have been family. It was really simple. It wasn't about money, cars, and all this. Because when you start chasing that stuff, like I said before, you start opening yourself to a real dark, demonic world of people with greed, ill intentions, competition, backstabbing. They smile in your face, but they hope you fail because they feel like they can get what you want. It's a sick world. So that's why I always try to tell people, find something. They say human beings' joy, especially as us as African people, black people, we're really not a materialistic people. Reason being, in Africa, fruits grow on trees, gold is everywhere. So we've never been, it naturally just had it. So there's a, and I keep saying I need to start citing my sources, right? Start citing my sources. There's a article out, and I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna start working on like trying to edit this stuff better. But right now it's just pop and go. But there's a article that says human beings, and it's written by I think it was Dr. Amos Wilson. Which one is a psychologist? Feel happy, especially black people, when they're in service of people, right? Not working on a machine or making billions of dollars. They feel best is when they're working with people, helping people, community, you know what I mean? And so what I would like to tell people that I've figured out, and hopefully not too late, but figure your purpose. Figure out what it is you meant to be on this earth. And some African religions, like I said before, they believe that, and I don't try to talk down on any religion. You know what I mean? I don't really like to speak on religions on here because that just creates division. But they said that before every human being came to planet Earth, you and God sat down and y'all discussed what your life will be. Now, for some reason, when you landed here, it was erased from your mind. And what your mission in life is to complete that purpose. So when you're feeling anxiety, depression, it's most likely because you're not on your path. You're not on your purpose. You know what I mean? You ever seen somebody who just floats through life? Like, let's say like a Dr. Martin Luther King. If you read his history, he lived at 39, but he had a PhD by 23. He was the head of a church. Like his life was like running snick. Like it just moved quick. And then boom, assassination, Martin Luther King. It was like, man, that dude like, and once again, a connection with God, the universe, supreme consciousness, whatever it is you follow. Once you find it, if you can first find that connection as to what that purpose is, and most likely your purpose is going to be something that just comes naturally to you. Naturally. No one has to tell you to get up and do it. You just like to do it. For some reason, you just like to do it. Like for some reason, I just like grabbing the camera and talking. No one ever told me to do this. I remember my older brother put me on this guy, Tax Stone, and I listened to him and I said, what is he doing? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, he just sits there and talk? Yeah, but whatever ideas come in his head. I said, bro, I do that all day with my friends. I love, like, and he gets paid to do that? I like to make music. I like words. I'm a real words type of guy. I thought I was a money guy, but now I'm realizing, no, I'm a words guy. The happiest when I'm having like deep conversation, even debates. And so you're never gonna find true happiness. And not even happiness. I don't say chase happiness because you'll never be happy. Your loved one's gonna pass away, car accidents. But contentment, being at peace. When you can sit there by yourself and you can just be good. Because at the end of the day, I try to tell people, is you're not really in control of this thing. God is, like I said, there's a purpose for you. And your job is to figure out what that purpose. And you might have to try 20 different things. It might not happen until you're 50. You know what I mean? What your purpose is. And you might think right now, oh, I need to be a rich, successful business person. But your purpose might be to be a daycare owner. You know what I mean? Because the universe needs you to help take care of this baby who's gonna one day liberate all of Africa. You know what I mean? Everyone has a purpose. But if you don't do that, that baby will never be able to get to where they need to be and this. And then we're all on this. That's the reason why capitalism is terrible. It destroys human being inspiration, artistic values, and natural God-given talent. That's the reason why I jumped out the rat race with all of y'all. I'm done with the rat race. No, I'm not doing it. Not when I see people who are living their God-given purpose. And it's like, why am I? Because once again, you surround yourself with uninspired people. You surround yourself with negative people. You surround yourself with people who don't believe in you, believe in your dreams. So you start not believing your dreams. People who put limitations on you. What? You're 47 and you didn't do the, oh, come on. Oh, you're 52. Oh, you're 18. You see what I'm saying? By the time you're 20, you got to have this. By the time you're 30, this, 40, 50. Like, who said that's your path? No one said. Everyone has their own path. That's the reason why I tell people that you got to spend a lot of time with yourself. Friends are cool to have, but you need to make sure you're spending time with yourself, because when you spend your time with yourself and you can meditate, you will hear, I know people say I sound corny, but you will hear a guy talk to you. He's going to tell you, he's going to send you signs. I gave a story about the time where literally it was a sign. I'm like, I need a sign. On some movie stuff. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, I saw a sign. I was like, I ain't doing that. I walked down, I got off the train. Look, it was another sign, the same sign. I said, I walked down the steps, the same sign. Oh, I said that's a sign. That's a sign. But if you don't take time for yourself, go on walks and meditate, you're gonna miss it, because you're gonna be worried about, oh, what did Mike say? Oh, what did this? Where's that one party at? And you're missing the signs God is trying to throw you. The universe is trying to throw you. Supreme consciousness is trying to give you, like, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. And then you wonder why you're over here doing this and it's not working. Because he's like, I don't need you to do this. I need you over here. And you're like, I don't want to go over there. Then, okay, then, whatever. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, you guys, 2026, man, we got to get on our purpose, man. All this hustle culture, all this materialism, all this basketball, football, rap music, chain, we got to drop this. It's not healthy. It's not mentally healthy. Maybe God wants you single right now because he needs you to do some work. Maybe God wants you married with a bunch of kids because he needs you to raise the next child that's going to, cure cancer. I don't know. But until you sit down and meditate and let the universe work, let the universe work. Sometimes I'm like, I'm about to do this, and I remind myself, let's just relax. Let's just see what signs are around. But anyway, I just had to say that real quick because I had to run inside the lab. People be what the room be looking like. Somebody said, what does the room be like? This is just what it look like. Man. Somebody said, am I on the train one time? I said, nah. But I just come in here and make a video when I get inspired with something to say. This year, I'm trying to turn up the game, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to turn up my editing, turn up just being more consistent with the messaging, trying to reach out more to other creatives. So if you're a creative in any type of way, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you do hair, I don't care if you do nails. I'm gonna start trying to reach out to people, try to sit down and talk to them so that we can, I know a lady that's a librarian. She told me about how they make money. And then I said, you get paid that much money to sit in a quiet, air-conditioned room? I said, what'd you have to do to get that? I said, that government job, pension, this and I'm like, okay, well, so I'm really trying to get in that space, you guys. So if you out there, you make content and stuff, and you starting from the bottom, let's link up. You know what I'm saying? Once again, get around good people who trying to get good vibes. I'm not trying to create a platform where it's like, get into real estate and the Bitcoin, and I'm not doing it, bro. You guys, niggas be out here thinking you and your $50,000 job a year gonna get you a man. Like, that's not how it works. And I'm not hating on nobody doing it, but it's like, yo, bro, just take your money and save it and invest in something cool. But it's like, yo, bro, and this is the last thing. Because a lot of us brothers, bro, we are so materialistic, man. You talk to what you trying to do. Man, I'm working on this stock portfolio, and I'm just like, yo, bro, the way let's look at let's say the Indian community or Jewish community. The Jewish community, right? The way they're rich is not individualism. It'll be 70 of them who make $100,000 a year, put all their money in one pile and invest in each other. It's not that they're all just making $1 billion on their own. No, they working together. Somebody called. Oh snap! You know who I forgot to call. Anyway, let me get up out of here. So this year, that's what I'm trying to do: get around good people, good vibes, other creatives. And let's not do the creation and be like a streamer where I'm trying to be like, yeah, let's get the streaming subscription up. I'm a grown man. I don't look like running around trying to get a subscribe. I mean, I'm trying to get subscribers. Don't get me wrong, but let's do some, if we're going to do business, do some real business. Let's not do no sucker stuff where we over here trying to chase views and stuff, whatever. But anyway, y'all know the slogan, chase knowledge, don't chase money, peace, love, and positivity.